It didn't start as strength, it started as adjustment. You learn early what happens when you don't hold it all together. The room shifts, someone withdraws, someone escalates, something breaks, and no one repairs it. Your body adapts before you have language for it. Your breath shortens but steadies. Your face goes neutral. Your voice finds a tone that won't provoke anything. You become consistent, not because you feel stable, but because instability has consequences. What most people miss is this: you weren't just strong, you were designated. Not explicitly, but the environment you were in required regulation, and you were the only one who could generate it. So your nervous system organized around that role. You became the one who absorbs, anticipates, stabilizes, not occasionally, continuously. The pattern underneath this is not resilience, it's control, but not the kind people recognize. It's internal control. Nothing inside you moves without being assessed first. Before you speak, something checks the room. Before you react, something calculates impact. Before you even feel something fully, there's already a filter deciding whether it's appropriate or acceptable. It happens so quickly, it doesn't feel like suppression. It feels like discernment. Over time, your perception shifts. You stop experiencing interactions directly and start experiencing your management of them. Someone leans on you, and you don't just feel the weight, you just adjust to carry it. Someone crosses a line, and instead of registering the violation, your system looks for context. Why did they do that? I wonder what they're dealing with. It must have been really rough. How do I keep this stable? You become highly skilled at interpretation, and that skill quietly distances you from your own raw, authentic responses. You don't stay in this pattern because you don't see it. You stay because your body associates it with safety. When you're composed, things don't escalate. When you are measured, people do not leave. When you anticipate, you prevent disruption. Your nervous system tracks those outcomes and keeps repeating the same strategy, even when the environment no longer requires it. Then identity forms around it. You're the one who doesn't need much, the one who handles things, the one who stays steady when other people don't. People reflect that back to you, and it hardens. So when something in you starts to push back, fatigue, resistance, the urge to not be the one holding everything, it doesn't just feel inconvenient. It feels like you're violating who you are. The emotional layer doesn't show up as intensity. It shows up as translation. Anger gets turned into understanding. Hurt gets contained and processed privately. Need gets negotiated down before it's ever expressed. Your first response rarely makes it to the surface intact. It gets replaced by something more controlled before you even realize it was there. In the body, this looks like control without release. Your system doesn't spike and crash, it holds. Your breathing stays shallow but steady. Your muscles stay slightly engaged. You live in a state of readiness that doesn't fully resolve. You can handle stress, but you don't complete it. There's no real discharge, no real return to rest, just a managed baseline that never quite softens. Energetically, your attention moves outward first. You feel people quickly. You register shifts before they are spoken. You adjust without thinking. But there's less movement inward, less space where your own state takes priority. Your energy stays in response mode even when nothing is being asked of you. The cost doesn't show up as collapse. It shows up as erosion. You don't always know what you feel until later. You don't always know what you want until everything else is handled. Rest does not feel natural. It feels like something you have to plan or earn. There's a low level of tension in your body that never seems to fully leave, even in quiet moments. And when someone finally offers to hold you, not in a surface way, but genuinely, your system does not relax. It pauses. It assesses. It waits to see if it's real or if you'll have to take control again. Because stepping out of that role isn't just about receiving support. It means letting go of the position your nervous system learned to survive. I am Kat Grace, and I know this all too well. You have always known this, not as a concept, but as a feeling, in the way your body doesn't fully exhale around other people, in the way you stay slightly ahead of everything, in the way you feel responsible for stability even when no one asks you to be. That's the pattern, not strength, not weakness. A system that learned how to hold everything and never learned what happens when it doesn't. Thank you for being here. I hope this has helped. Hit that like and subscribe if this resonated. Until next time, namaste.